everyone, and welcome. So let's talk about fasting. Have you ever heard about it? Maybe thought it could be good for you, but then the whole idea of, well, not eating just sounds impossible. I get it. Today, we're going to demystify one of the biggest and honestly most approachable health trends out there, 16-8 intermittent fasting. We're going to break down how this super simple pattern might just be an easy and really effective thing to add to your life.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at a simpler way to think about fasting. Then, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of how 16-8 actually works. We'll figure out how to find a schedule that fits your life, which is key. After that, we'll cover some tips to make it easy, talk about the potential health perks, and finally, we'll tackle some of your biggest questions. Sound good? Let's jump in.
Okay, first things first, we're going to rethink this whole idea of not eating. You know, the word fasting can sound pretty extreme, right? But with the 16-8 method, it's actually way simpler and a lot less scary than you might think.
So, when I say the word fasting, what comes to mind? Is it just being hungry all the time, feeling drained, no energy, or just thinking there's no way I could ever stick with that? Look, if that's you, you're not alone. That's a super common reaction, and it's exactly why this 16-8 approach has gotten so popular.
And this right here is the big mind shift. The whole 16-8 thing isn't about stressing over calories or making a long list of foods you can't eat. Nope. It's really just about paying a little more attention to the clock and structuring your day just a little bit differently.
So, what's the official definition? Well, intermittent fasting, or IF, as you'll see it called, is really just an eating pattern. It's not a diet in that old school sense. Think of it more like a cycle. You've got a window of time when you eat and a window of time when you fast. It's all about structure, not about depriving yourself. All right, so how does that idea turn into the 16-8 method? Well, it's actually incredibly simple. The name itself, well, that's pretty much the whole instruction manual.
Okay, so every day has 24 hours, right? With 16-8, you just split that day into 2 blocks. For 16 hours straight, you fast, and for the other 8 hours straight, you eat your meals. Seriously, that's it. That's the main rule. Now I know, when you hear 16-hour fast, that can still sound like a lot. It sounds daunting, but what if I told you that this number, 8 hours, is the secret sauce that makes it feel almost effortless? Any guesses what these 8 hours are? And boom, here it is. This is the part that makes it all click into place. About half of your 16-hour fast happens while you're sleeping. That's the big secret that makes this whole thing so much easier to handle. You're really only awake and fasting for a few hours in the morning and a few in the evening. All of a sudden, that sounds way more manageable, doesn't it? Okay, and this leads us to maybe the most important part, making this whole thing work for you. There is no single perfect schedule for everyone. The best schedule is the one that just fits into your life, your routine, your job, your social plans, without causing a huge disruption. And honestly, this flexibility is the reason people can actually stick with it. Let's look at a few common ways people set up their day. For example, if you're not a big breakfast person anyway, the lunch start from noon to 8 p.m. is perfect. You're just skipping breakfast. Or hey, maybe you're a morning person who loves breakfast. You could go with an 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. window. And for those of you with busy social lives or work dinners, there's even a late dinner schedule. See? You make it fit your life, not the other way around. All right, so let's say you've picked a schedule that looks good. Now what? How do you actually stick with it, especially when you're just starting out? Let's get into a few simple but really powerful tips to make this a smooth ride. So, to make this a habit that actually lasts, just keep these 4 things in mind. Number 1, hydrate. Water, plain tea, black coffee, these are your best friends when you're fasting. They really help with hunger. Number 2, start slow. You don't have to jump in 7 days a week. Just try it for 2 or 3 days and see how you feel. Number 3, when it's time to eat, focus on good, nutritious food. Protein, veggies, healthy fats, that stuff will keep you full and feeling good. And last but definitely not least, be patient. Give your body some time to get used to the new rhythm. Don't give up if the first couple of days feel a little weird. Okay, we've talked about what this is and how to do it, but why bother? What's the why behind the when? Let's talk about some of the potential health benefits that have made this so popular. Now, of course, everybody's different, but here are some of the big benefits that people often talk about. For starters, it can make weight management a little easier. When you have a smaller window to eat, you often just naturally eat fewer calories without having to count every single one. It also gives your digestive system a nice long break. This can help with things like more stable blood sugar. Think about it. When your body isn't working 24/7 on digestion, it can focus its energy elsewhere. Some people even say they feel more focused and have better concentration during their fasting window.
Okay, let's switch gears and finish up with a quick Q&A. I want to hit on some of the most common worries and questions that pop up for people who are just starting out.
And here's the big one, probably the #1 fear, and it's totally understandable. What on earth do you do if you get unbearably hungry?
Okay, it's a two-part answer. First, grab some water or a cup of tea. A lot of the time we're just thirsty, not actually hungry. Second, distract yourself. Go for a walk, get some work done, whatever. Hunger usually comes in waves, and if you can ride it out for a few minutes, it often just passes. And the best part? The longer you do it, the easier it gets. Your body adjusts, and those hunger pangs really do fade.
All right, here's another one I hear all the time. What if I'm an hour late starting my meal, or I eat a little bit past my 8 p.m. cutoff? Did I just ruin the whole day? No, absolutely not. Come on, life happens. The goal here is consistency over perfection. It's not about being a robot. If you're off by a little bit here and there, it is not a big deal. Don't sweat it. Just get back on your schedule the next day. This is all about building a sustainable habit, not a rigid, stressful rulebook.
And really, that leads to the most important rule of all. Just listen to your body. Don't try to be a hero, especially when you're just starting. This whole thing is about working with your body, not fighting against it.
So, if you zoom out and look at your whole day, this is the new rhythm it could have. About 2/3 of your day is for resting and fasting, and remember, sleep is doing most of the hard work there, and the other third is for eating and fueling up. It's just a simple shift in timing, not some crazy radical change to your whole life.
All right, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. Remember, the rule is super simple. 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating. The schedules are totally flexible, make it fit your life. The big secret is that sleep does half the work for you. And the most important thing of all, start slow and listen to what your body is telling you. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Instead of thinking of this as some strict, difficult diet, what if you just thought of it as one small tweak to your daily schedule? Just a simple adjustment to your timing. Could that one small change be a really simple but powerful step forward for your health?